Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good morning, afternoon, or even evening. My name is Hariri, and today I will be leading this group presentation on our speech analysis report. However, before I start, I think it is best for us to first introduce ourselves.
Hi, my name is Aimina Jiha binti Badurus.
Hi, my name is Hadif Imran bin Abdul Aziz.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Muhammad Hariri bin Zulkifli.
My name is Hariri. My matrix number is 424-2008-21D.
Hi, my name is Nur Alia Aisyah binti Muhammad Hamidi.
For the speech objective, the speaker's primary goal is to inform the audience on Netflix predictive behavior model and how it connects to the broader field of machine learning. It is clear from his introduction, we are going to talk about Netflix and the Netflix model of predictive behavior. The main message is that Netflix recommendation system is a practical application of machine learning. And that these same techniques are already shaping many aspects of our modern digital lives. For the speaker's credibility, while not an industry expert, the speaker contextualizes his credibility by mentioning him as a mathematics major and a machine learning research scholar, makes him a fitting and suitable speaker for this informative topic. Moving on to the audience and context of the speech. The speech is delivered in a university classroom, consists of college students, likely in their late teens to mid-20s, with some technical interest or basic familiarity of machine learning concepts. The video was published online, suggesting a secondary audience of educators, students, or the general public who want an example of a strong informative speech. Last but not least, the interactive format. He uses call and response and real-time engagement, suggests a small live audience. He engages the audience by using informal questions like who here has a Netflix account, who here just uses their friends' account so they don't have to pay for it, reflects the speaker's awareness of the audience humor. That's it. Thank you.
For the part before the speech, the speaker properly introduced the topic, which is something we sometimes overlook. His introduction about the topic explained why he was qualified to speak on this topic, and it helped build credibility with the audience. The audience will know this speaker had a background in data science, so we immediately knew that he knew and had the real knowledge to share. The speaker preparing topic were not really directly related to general Netflix or technology. Instead, it's about machine learning and recommendation system. This made his presentation stand out even more because it was a shift in topic from general discussion to a more focused and informative speech. As he stand up to the speaking area, his body language was confident, he smiled, had a relaxed body posture, and made eye contact with the audience before saying a word. This shows that he was comfortable and ready, which made us as a listener more willing to pay attention to the topic.
Alright, so for the speech opening, to begin the analysis, let's examine the speaker's speech opening, which plays a pivotal role in setting the tone and capturing the audience's attention. He initiates his presentation with the rhetorical question, have you ever spent more time choosing a movie on Netflix than actually watching it? This opening is effective because it draws directly from a common, relatable experience, allowing the audience to immediately connect with the topic. Additionally, the tone is natural and conversational, which helps lower any perceived formality and creates an approachable atmosphere. The transition from this introductory remark into the main topic, Netflix as a company, is seamless. This suggests a well-prepared introduction designed not only to engage but also to orient the audience clearly toward the subject of the speech. Overall, the opening is simple but well executed, successfully fulfilling its purpose of establishing relevance and interest.
Now let's move on to the next topic, which is the speech body. So the speech body can be described as the content of the speech. So the speech main argument focus on machine learning and predictive behavior. So the speaker used strong examples and statistics such as numbers and examples from credible sources. The speaker also explained Netflix's historical overview in order to provide some context or some relevant context to the audience. Effective usage of metaphors and humors such as Broncoflix 2000 creates a sense of mimicry among the audience about Netflix recommendation system. So moving on, the speech was organized in a very structured manner, starting with the introduction of Netflix, how Netflix system works, and how the impact of machine learning affects the audience daily life. The speech also contains some smooth transition, such as enough of the sheet, signal topic change to the audience. The speaker also used relatable examples like social media such as Instagram, Facebook, and also Twitter to signify or to give examples about social media data collection. Okay, now that we are done with the speech body, let's move on to the speech conclusion. So the speech conclusion is literally the vice versa of the speech body. So speech body is the speech content, speech conclusion is the summarization of the content. So the speech was concluded in a very concise manner, containing the summary of Netflix history, the summary of Broncoflix 2000 demonstration, and the summary of machine learning in the audience daily life. The conclusion contains a very impactful final line, which goes on like this. You're not just checking your cell phone, you're teaching, and the machine is learning. Even though the final line does not have any final call to action, however, it encourages reflection on digital habits and responsibility among the audience that is listening to the speech. Moreover, talking about the conclusion of the speech was delivered in a very clear and a very well understood manner of enunciation and pronunciation, which means that all of the audience could actually hear and understand on what the speaker is talking about. Jokes and punchlines were well understood by the audience, which means that the jokes were not that inside, the jokes were not that outside, the joke fits in the speech. And the speech was delivered with a very good pace, which means that it is not too fast, it is not too slow, it is in the middle, it is listenable, and it could be very well followed by the audience.
Moving on to enthusiasm and audience engagement, the speaker used humor and relatability to connect audience with the topic. He began with a question that made everyone laugh. Who here has a Netflix account? Or uses someone else because you don't want to pay? This opening was effective because it's funny, relevant, and made the audience feel included right away. It also set a light and approachable tone, even though the topic itself was quite technical. Throughout the speech, the speaker maintained good energy, used expressive gesture, and varied his tone of voice. This helped keep the audience attention. He also made eye contact with different parts of the room, showing that he wasn't just reading from his note, he was speaking to the audience.
Alright, so for the next one, humor. The second element under analysis is the speaker's use of humor, which is integrated thoroughly throughout the speech. Rather than inserting jokes arbitrarily, the speaker draws on shared experiences, such as the indecision often experienced while browsing Netflix. To create moments of light humor, these instances are subtle and well timed, contributing to a relaxed atmosphere without distracting from the informational content. By balancing entertainment with factual detail, the speaker maintains credibility while sustaining audience interest. This demonstrates an understanding of audience dynamics, as the humor functions to build rapport and keep the listeners engaged without undermining the speech's informative goals.
Next, for the visual aids part, the visual aids in the speech are very simple and supported the content. The speaker used blackboard that were clear, simple and highly relevant. For example, the list of movies diagram showed the complex system Netflix used to collect user data and turn it into personal recommendation. The visual aids didn't feel overwhelming for students. They weren't filled with paragraphs of text. They helped break down complicated information and made it easier for the audience to understand. It's a good example of how visual aids should enhance a speech, not distract from it.
The final aspect is the speaker's use of stage area, which contributes significantly to the clarity and engagement of the presentation. The speaker does not remain fixed in one position. Instead, he moves deliberately across the classroom, with each change in position aligning with a transition in the content. This structured movement enhances the audience's ability to follow the speech, creating visual separation between key points. Furthermore, his movements are controlled and purposeful. He avoids pacing aimlessly or using distracting gestures, which helps maintain focus on the message being delivered. This controlled use of physical space reflects preparation and confidence, and it reinforces the verbal content through effective non-verbal communication. That's all from me. Thank you.
So today, I would like to share what made the speaker's delivery so effective, not just what was said but how it was delivered. Their vocal delivery and body language played a big role in keeping the audience engaged. First, the speaker's voice was clear and loud enough to hear easily, which helped us stay focused. The tone varied well, softer during serious part and louder when expressing excitement. This kept the speech interesting and emotionally engaging. The speaker also used pacing effectively. Slower parts gave us time to understand, while quicker parts added energy. Most importantly, the speaker never rushed, allowing the message to be processed clearly. Other than that, pauses were used at the right moments before key points or after question, which helping the speech flow smoothly. Now, in terms of body language, the speaker stood tall and relaxed, showing confidence from the start. Their gestures were meaningful and matched their words, adding energy and emotion without being distracting. And I found that there were no nervous habits, which is no fidgeting, playing with their hair, with their clothes, or awkward poses, which kept the audience attention on the message. Finally, I really appreciate his eye contact stood out. Instead of staring at one spot, reading the speaker look around, making each person feel involved. It made the speech feel more personal. And lastly, in short, clear voice, good pacing, strong gesture, and confident presence made the delivery truly engaging and impactful. That's all from me. Thank you.
Now let's move on to the language that was used in the speech and the intangibles aspect of the speech itself. So the language that was used in the speech was casual and accessible, which means that everyone could understand what the speaker is on about. The language that was used, the vocabulary, the words, can be understood by the majority of the audience. Moreover, the speaker does not use any jargons whatsoever, making the content that was being delivered easier to be understood by the majority of the people. Furthermore, the speaker used some kind of tone shifting. As an example, he used casual tone while speaking to the audience, and after that, he shifted to a serious/monotonous tone while explaining some kind of serious or complex technical terms. Last but not least, the speaker used the technique of repetition for emphasization. As an example, the speaker used the phrase the next and the next and the next to create a sense of importancy or the sense of emphasization in order for the audience to actually focus on what is being conveyed. So let's move on to the intangibles aspect of the speech itself. So the speech turned a technical topic, which is machine learning, into something fun and relatable. Interactive demonstrations such as the Broncoflix 2000 added originality, engagement, and interest among the audience. Creative transition added flair, which means that it added some kind of humor and some kind of confidence into the speech itself. And last but not least, the speech was delivered very confidently by the speaker, making it worth hearing, listening, and making it, for me, worth watching again. That's all from me.
To conclude, the speaker made a complex topic like machine learning simple and engaging through humor, clear examples, and strong delivery. The speech effectively showed how technology learns from us and how we can better understand it. Thank you, that's all from us.